Hey everyone, how's it going? What is up? It is me, Twister Windstalker. So, today was the day I decided to work on my cardio because, well, I'm eventually going to get to the gym. My goal is to join a gym by March 1st. But I decided, you know what? I'm going to get outside and start walking every day, even when I join the gym, because I know that the gym has treadmills and all that, and you can adjust the elevation and all that stuff. But I find getting outside and actually walking and having ever changing elevation instead of, you being like this and then you can raise it up like that. Works better for me because I've always been a walker and I like to walk outdoors. So, with that said, I figured today was a good day to, get out there and be like, yeah, let's get some walking in. And somehow I managed to squeeze out 2.59 miles, which is 5,882 steps. So that was interesting. I didn't know it was that many steps, but again, since this is tracking by GPS, I'm guessing it plus minus, whatever. I don't know how accurate this is, but whatever. And it said that it took me 53:36 to complete this. And I'm not exactly sure what that, if that's good or bad. And, whatever. But it's probably bad because I should have been able to do like almost 3 miles, 2.5, 3 miles in less amount of time. But again, you have to remember that I currently weigh 240 pounds. My goal is to get down to 200 pounds. And then once I get to 200 pounds, I like to go below that. And I've been told I'm too old and I can't lose the weight like I could have 20 years ago or whatever. But I like to get down to somewhere between 160 and 180. I think it's going to be my goal for, if I could get down to actually 180 by my birthday this year, I would actually be impressed. And I know it's going to have, hard work and all that other good stuff is going to have to go into it other than just walking. Because cardio is only half the battle. And I do plan on using some cardio machines at the gym. Even though I do like walking. Because it makes me feel good. And Spooky and I used to walk all the time. So, walking. And we walk further than 3 miles. I'm not 100% sure we haven't walked 10 miles in like one night. I mean, it felt that way because we walked from halfway into Brevard, Transylvania, to almost the other freaking side of it. I mean, it felt like that because we walked from where he lived to the school, and man, that was just one crazy night. We walked so freaking far there and back. So it might, I don't know how many miles it was. I wasn't caring. Because usually that's how we talk about how things is going. So it's always nice to, and we wasn't even really trying to set a pace, obviously, because with my pace, it says that I did an average pace of 20:42. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I'm going to say that's bad. But for someone just getting into it, because I eventually want to get where I ride my bike, because my bike is my ultimate goal when to do this, to do the cardio. Because I like to ride my bike this far, if not farther. And I realized that the way I did it today, walking maybe a little weird to do on a bicycle, because the park I walked to and back, there was like these little tennis court, and putting a bicycle in there probably is a bad idea. And then there was this little basketball court I walked around like twice, and that's probably a bad idea. And then there was this field out past where the picnic area is, that I could technically, get the bike on, and and it had slide heels and all that good stuff, and that probably would be reasonable. It might be a little bit of a pain in the butt, and I might just have to stay on the pavement and find, because my whole goal was to get at least 2 miles, and I could have turned around when I hit 1 mile and then went back and then bam, and had my 2 miles in, because that's my goal per day, is 2 miles. And I got the feeling that on bicycle, since that little extra stuff that I did isn't technically reasonable, I'm gonna maybe have to work a little harder to get 2.5, 3 miles in. But it's my choice. It is what I wanted to do. And I started it at 11:01. I meant to start it at 11, but somehow the exercise didn't kick in, or maybe I just dragged my butt too much. But my whole goal is to do this 7 days a week, and to actually get it. And I'm currently not using any gear. I'm just using my cell phone. I don't have those fancy smancy shoes. I don't have a heart rate monitor and all that other stuff. I'm probably going to end up getting one eventually for when I walk. It said that the elevation gain was 74 feet. I'm not exactly sure how that's possible, unless they're talking about some weird something I don't know. Oh, and I burnt 398 calories. Now, I would like to have burned 400, obviously, because that's better. But I'm actually impressed. And, of course, this is according to the phone. And, one of those fancy wristbands that tell you your heart and all that stuff. But I'm actually pretty impressed with my first day of doing this. I'm definitely wanting to do this 7 days a week. Now, tomorrow when I do this, I might cut out the BS. And I'm calling it BS because walking around the basketball court twice, and then walking around the tennis court, you couldn't technically do that if people were playing, but the park that I walked to is pretty much dead. I mean, there was a kid playing with his mom today, and some dude sitting in a car. I don't know what he was doing, but that stuff, if the park ever gets busy, which I'm assuming that on the weekend it might be busy, but I doubt it. I mean, it's behind the fire department. I don't know how many people actually know about this park. So I don't know exactly if it ever truly gets busy. And what I wanted to do, and I didn't realize the park didn't really have it, so I'm going to have to come up with something, is to actually start doing a little bit of pull-ups, chin-ups, and some other stuff at the park. I didn't realize that they didn't have it at this park. Now, if I actually went to Jackson Park, which I have to drive to because that's one heck of a walk, I can actually do 4 miles because their trail does 2 miles one way and then you do 2 miles the other way, and voila, there's 4 miles. And they have, a better park because they're more of a known park. So, there's that. I may eventually start doing that, going to that park and everything. But the other thing is that Jackson Park also has people living under the bridges and stuff. So it's kind of course, you don't have to worry about traffic like I did when I was doing this, but that is also a concern. So there's that. So day 1 of 7 completed. So if you like this video, Give thumbs up, leave comments down below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the flip.